welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel presented by Connors and Ferris. Mike Catalana. I am Jenna Cottrell. We are in the middle of it, but before we get started, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast if you enjoy our international content. All right, Mike, you might not be able to tell because there's a bus tour coming behind us, or a bike tour, or cycles, as they say.
Cycles, they say, yes.
But where are we?
So Big Ben is right there, and we're not talking about Roethlisberger. Behind us is the London Eye, as you can see, the big Ferris wheel, but it's incredible to see. And this is probably one of the most highly sought-after tourist areas in the world, where we are right now. Yeah, Downing Street, where the Prime Minister is over here. This is the River Thames. This is the middle of London, and people are looking at us like, what in the heck are you doing?
Yes. Yeah, which I don't blame them, because we have a camera and a light, and we have you, which it always is hilarious to me how many people just recognize you. You are an international man of Rochester sports iconery, I guess.
So are you talking about me like I'm like James Bond?
Yes, exactly. Same, but very, very different. All right, let's talk about this game. So I feel like we've kind of both adjusted to the time change a little bit. The Bills arrived on Friday. They stayed up the whole day. They had a light bit of practice. Some of the players hoping to do some sightseeing. But where do you think they are in that body clock? Because tomorrow they're going to be playing. Local time kickoff is at 2:30, but it feels like a 9:30 kickoff.
Look, I'm going to be blunt here. The last time they were here, they were following the lead of Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay? Hey, Rex, I hope you're enjoying all that Pagula money. But he wasn't as locked into some of this stuff. They are following the sports science. But it is an adjustment. You guys watching, if you're in the East Coast watching this, it's 9:30 in the morning game.
Yeah.
Now, you can try to adjust your clock, but they're trying to get these players off of feeling like they're playing a game at 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's tricky to do that within a short window. But I trust those guys. I think the players buy into this. They want to be physically ready.
Yeah.
So when they get on the field, here it'll be 2:30 in the afternoon. Home it's 9:30 in the morning. Jenna, I think if they're even close to feeling like it's a middle of the afternoon game, I think they'll be fine physically.
I agree. I will say, though, I mean, obviously they're not used to playing 9:30 kickoffs, so you would hope that they're feeling a little bit more adjusted, but I feel like for me, it took me a couple days really to feel that way. So that is why I don't want to say I have concerns, but at the same point, it's, your body, you can do all the right things, but sometimes it just takes your body a little longer to adjust.
But I have been impressed by the way they've approached it. Like they've told them about, it's not just like get some sleep. It's stay up until this time, sleep this much, hydration, food, all those things play into it. And some people don't want to believe this, but science is a real thing. And I think the players buy into it because they trust this training staff. Really good training staff, really good analytics department. So doesn't mean that you win the game because of it, because you still got to play well, but you want to be how you feel peak physically, and if they can be close to that, I think they'll be fine.
I agree. All right, so we're right in front of the bike lane, and I'm just worried we're gonna get smoked because they are hauling over here. Okay, we'll be fine.
No helmets, by the way. Guess you don't have to wear a helmet.
I was surprised. All right, let's talk about the game. Josh Allen versus Josh Allen. The Jags' Josh Allen had a monster game last time they played a couple years ago. I mean, he had a forced fumble recovery, a sack, and an interception on the Josh Allen Bills fans know and love. That could be someone who I think last time we didn't really expect him to come in and wreck the game, but he was a huge factor in this one last time around.
It's the best game anybody's had against Josh Allen, the quarterback. Even the Jets corner who had the 3 interceptions, that was great. Josh Allen won that game for the Jaguars. Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, he was great, and he's been good this year. I think he has 6 sacks already, and they all know him. And I think Josh says he reached out to him when they were in college, right?
Yeah.
Is that what he said yesterday? Like, rep the name or something like that?
Yeah.
And look, this guy is an elite player. It's kind of funny to not be the highest thought of player with your own name, but...
And he took that personally last time.
He did, and he really got after him. So honestly, it's fun and funny. Oh, Josh Allen sacked Josh Allen, or Josh Allen beat him.
Yeah.
But it's real. with this guy. This guy's really good.
Yeah, no, that is definitely something that it's funny. We talked to Josh Allen, the Bills quarterback, yesterday, and he talked about like, yeah, that guy took over last time we played, and talked about the player that he is, the caliber of like play he's playing at now as well. So that's someone that I feel like fans might have forgotten about, but now talking about it, getting ready for this game, that is someone on the other side of the field that you're definitely going to be keyed in on.
And it'll be highly caffeinated Josh Allen.
Bills Josh Allen.
Yes, that he's playing against. Josh said he's not a big coffee guy. That is his way. Sleepyhead, I believe, is what Diggs called him. Yeah. But I think by the time we get to game time, he'll be properly caffeinated and ready to look across the line of scrimmage and see his namesake. And the Bills' offensive line's job is to keep him off of quarterback Josh Allen, because it's a key to the game.
It is a key to the game, and this game is interesting because obviously an AFC matchup, you look at where the Bills are at and their build comparatively to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and obviously the Bills have asserted they've won the division multiple times back to back to back. Jacksonville is trying to become a powerhouse program, but you know what I mean, team down in the AFC South, and like Jacksonville, though these last couple of times they've played, has gotten the best of the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, they played them with Urban Meyer, and Trevor Lawrence did nothing, and that was not a good team. And they beat the Bills because that defense dominated them. And they've been really up and down this year. They started out, I mean, this is a team that won a playoff game last year with that big comeback against the Chargers, and then hung in there with Kansas City, had a real shot to win that. Yeah. But they have been, I think, kind of unimpressive this year. But they got some guys on this team.
They do. They have a lot of talent.
I mean, Doug Peterson knows what he's doing with offense. He's got Trevor Lawrence. You got Calvin Ridley. You got Travis Etienne. You got Christian Kirk. Like, they have some real players on this team, and their offense has been disappointing. Yeah. But we've seen this happen with teams before, and then all of a sudden something gets them going. And look, when you say the history, the game 2 years ago, I guess, is somewhat impactful. There's a lot of the same players. When I talk about the Bills and the Jags, I'm going back and back to the years, even 8 years ago when they played here. It has nothing to do with the game, because I saw some comments, people like, Mike, don't give the Jags too much credit. It's just one of those teams that for whatever reason has been a problem for the Bills throughout the years. Again, the game they lost in the playoffs when you and I were there in 17 has nothing to do with this, all that, but
no, it's just it's
a vibe a little
It's surprising considering the caliber of team the Bills are, and the fact that they've lost the Jags, it seems like a lot the last couple times out.
Yeah.
Defensive line. When we are recording this, what time is it back home?
So let's see. It's like 10. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay, yeah. So shockingly, there hasn't been any updates, but Greg Rousseau, we know, is going to be out for this game. McDermott told us that on Friday. Von Miller is expected to play.
Hold on, I just got a text from Von. He was at 94.5% playing. He says he has moved up to 96.5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
seems like the odds are pretty good.
Look, the reason Jenna is saying that we haven't gotten the information is because they have to activate him from the PUP list. And we believe that's going to happen at some point, because they have to do that. Yeah. If they activate him, he's playing. They have a window to activate him, a few weeks. It looks like he's ready. And so we're going under the assumption that Von is, on the 53, and then obviously is activated to play in the game, which will be impactful. But no matter what, Rousseau's out, and Rousseau's been playing really well.
Do you think that this is not – I think you take the Von Miller situation out of this. Do you think this is a situation where for Rousseau, they're just like, you know what, we're going to play it safe. We're going to give you some rest.
I think it's like Jordan Poyer the week before, where it's like it's a swelling, it's a soreness, and they're just like, no, he's not going to play. Yeah. And every game's a big game because it's the next game. I'm quoting quarterback Josh Allen. But this is still October. Yeah. And Rousseau's been really good, and you're not going to take a chance on a guy if he's not healthy. He couldn't practice all week, so to me, this was like a no-brainer for them. Yeah. You sit him out, and then you see what's happening. And knowing Von. Now, I said this to you yesterday. I don't think they're playing Von like, oh boy, we got to get him on the field now.
I completely agree.
I think Von is Von, and I think Von is ready to play physically. Yeah. And I think he probably could have played earlier. That's my impression. So it's not like they're rushing him. They would not not be rushing him on the field.
And like you mentioned in yesterday's video, it's really easy in terms of his position to get him in for a couple snaps and have other guys. They already rotate that defensive line so heavily. Obviously, Rousseau being out affects that, but at the same point, it's much more.
Oh, just a sneeze. If you guys don't know this about Jenna, she can be a little jumpy with
I don't really love loud noises. That was
loud noises. Isn't that from Anchorman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to the defensive line, because
that was the loudest sneeze
ever. It was
ever.
really loud. Ed Oliver's been playing great.
Yeah.
AJ
I want to hear that British accent so bad. I hope we get to talk to Ed.
We'll get him post-game. Yeah. The last time we were here, a Bills defensive lineman, Marcel Darius, or as Stephen A. calls him, Darcel Marius, NFL expert Stephen A. Smith, was standing in the middle, I believe Hyde Park, quoting Shakespeare, Marcel Darius. It was a great bit that they did. I have not seen Ed do that, but I could see him jumping on one of these horses around here and riding around. Yeah. We haven't seen him doing that. But the accent. But in terms of a football player, he's been great. Yeah. AJ's been making plays. They have found a way to get really good defensive line play across the board. Leonard Floyd. Yeah. So they're going to need another guy, and that guy right now appears to be Von Miller coming back.
All right. What do you think the crowd's going to be like tomorrow? We saw the stadium on Thursday.
We saw the stadium on Thursday. We gave our Yelp review to the stadium.
10 out of 10.
It's really nice.
It is really nice.
I'll go back to the last time I was here at the 2015 game. The crowd was international and spread around basically every team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like you saw fans from every team. It was not like a big Bills crowd in 2015.
Makes sense.
I think there's going to be a lot of Bills fans in the stands.
I agree.
And for the Jags, they have back-to-back games, so some of the people, if they're Jags fans, would have gone last week. I don't know, tickets are expensive.
Yeah.
So I just feel like we're going to feel like, it's not like in Orchard Park, but we are going to absolutely feel like there is a ton of Bills jerseys in the crowd tomorrow.
Who was saying, too, yesterday, like all the fans cheer on every down?
Diggs said that.
Yeah.
And I do remember that.
That's cute.
Now, people here have been really good about learning the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it has really increased. But that, like cheering and not quite getting when you yell offense and defense, and then they whistle at certain times.
And then I guess for kicks, they go like wild.
They love the kicks. That's kicks.
Cool.
Tyler Bass is 1, Josh Allen is 2 with the fans here. I'm only kidding. But it is a different kind of crowd. But honestly, Jenna, I think there is more American fans coming over than there was in 2015.
I agree.
Than it was. It was more like we talked to a bunch of people the last time, and it was like, I'm from Germany, I'm a Bills fan, I'm an American who lives in Italy, I came over for the game, that kind of thing. And I think there's a really good amount of not just Western New York, but American Buffalo Bills fans who've made the trip over to, hang out in Europe and go to the game.
I also feel like just because the Bills are who they are and the stars that they have, like that is a big deal. That's going to be a big draw for people to come out and see this team, which obviously is, it's just different than how it was 8 years ago.
They have stars. That team didn't have stars. I mean, they had like Shady, was a good player.
Oh, I love Shady. Yeah.
Right, but he's not like at that level. Mario Williams, EJ Manuel, Rex Ryan was their star.
Yeah.
And this team, it's very different.
Also, I feel like yesterday at the press conference, like I've never really been, other than the Super Bowl, been to a press conference that had that many media members. Maybe because we always cover the team, but can you think of,
No.
The combine, like the draft, all that stuff has a lot of media members, but just for specifically one game.
Yeah, and it's international media members all over Europe. I thought the questions were really good.
I did too.
Honestly.
Very well researched.
To cut this part out of the video, better than some that we have in the NFL media rooms. I'll say that. How about that? I thought the questions were well thought out. Yeah. I thought it was a mix of understanding the game to a point and asking the kind of question you would ask when you see the player once. Like we see Josh Allen and Sean McDermott all the time. I thought they were really well thought out, professional. Not that they're not professional, but like I don't think I'd do as well sitting at a Premier League game asking a question.
That's exactly how I feel. Like, I was really impressed. I thought of thinking myself of in their situation, and I don't think I would have asked a question, or if I did, I would have been shaking the entire time that I did it. So I was impressed as well.
And not a single talk about question.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Also, we were talking about this earlier today. We miss Dan. We miss our brother.
It would have been awesome. And look, you guys can understand, this is a pricey trip to come over here.
Well, and they have the baby.
He's got 2 little ones, awesome family.
Yeah.
But I said to you today, man, Dan would be loving this because he loves everything.
Yeah. No, it's true. There was a guy in the hotel who looked like Dan, and I was like, oh, and that's not possible. That's not how that works. But yeah, we miss him. So
but we miss the hot takes.
We do.
Let me come up with a Dan hot take for tomorrow is going to be, I think this is the AJ Epinesa game.
No, he doesn't.
I'm just picking, him and Gabe Davis. That would be his take for tomorrow.
Josh Allen has 5 touchdowns.
Oh, I could absolutely see that. Yeah. Blowout Bills, Josh Allen, 5 TDs. I'm doing that take for Dan.
Okay. I like that.
That's our Dan take for the game.
For the record, I also think the Bills are going to win.
So do I.
I was going to say I think that's pretty easy conclusion to come to. They're doing some type of.
What are you looking at?
I don't know. They're just doing some type of construction.
A lot of construction here. A lot of bikes. And look, we've survived the bike lane. By the way,
you do this. Do not jinx it.
I think we're almost done. Also, I don't know if we're following all the regulations here to shoot this video, so we probably should wrap it up.
Yeah, we probably should. All right, for Mike, I'm Jenna. We love you, Dan. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our international coverage. Check out the Buffalo Plus store. A reminder, if you order anything over $25, your shipping is free.
Look at that.
BuffaloPlusStore.com. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Oh, yeah, we're good.
That's it.
Lovely. All right.
We better get out of here.
Yeah, we got to go. All right, bye.